Epilogue. Pain. Pain. I lay there on the ground, my face buried in the grass. Blood was gushing from my wounds, and the more I tried to use my hand to stop the bleeding, the more it seemed to flow. I coughed blood. I coughed bubbles of blood and air coming from my mouth. What was this it? Was this how it was going to end? On the grass, in the ancient forest, in a place I'd never seen, among people I didn't really know. My thoughts were slow.
It's weird. Someone must have shot you, and we didn't get that part
Hmm.
because they've been using pepper spray and
Batons.
batons and rubber bullets and
Yeah.
tasers.
Yeah.
So someone must have shot you with a silver bullet when you weren't paying attention.
Maybe. I sighed. I remembered the blast, the white light of the explosion, the roar of the frenzied guru, the battle against the creatures and or of the worm that they destroyed. We done it. Plus one will. Achieved goal mission. At least we made it. At least they were as dead as I would be. The forest was safe. What happened to the others? I briefly wondered what happened to the others. Then I closed my eyes. The last breath. Your story is almost over. This might be a good time to take a look at your character sheet. The grass will heal all wounds. It will cover everything, I thought, no matter how high we pile the bodies. If we let her work, no one will remember the carnage. It will grow on my bones, and my body will become a mound in the forest.
So yeah, you have 6 glory, 4 honor. What else? Can you not scroll down? There you go. Okay. It looks like,
Impaired.
yeah.
I managed to stop the logging.
Yep. Okay.
That was my legacy. Plus willpower.
Yep.
Achieved goal mystery. There was a fire, and there was a village, and there was a generation. There was generation after generation, their bodies littered throughout the forest covered with grass and ferns, the warriors who had protected the land and died for it. I was the last, and then our story would come to an end. I heard a voice. Come, child. I heard a voice and felt a warm, wet touch on my cheek. Come. Was it worth it? I rolled on my back and opened my eyes for the last time. The night sky above me was filled with a gigantic wolf made of stars. She had the moon between her eyes. A tear rolled down my cheek. She licked my face again. Come, she said. And I went. And I went. The end. You have finished Parts of the Forest. Cubs gather around the fire and listen to the story of Maya Borodich, known amongst the Gru as Berza of the Black Furies, Arun of the Morning Wolf Mother Pack. She had fought many glorious battles. I fought a couple, like a handful, less than 5. Maya died fighting for the Pushka. Remember her in the songs because her death was not in vain. The Pushka was safe, at least for a while. The first protest against the logging of the White Tower Forest took place in 2016. The game is loosely inspired by those events. All characters and events depicted in this game are entirely fictitious.
So it's based on a real event, then which was a protest against the logging of that forest, and then it was just completely altered from there, which is interesting. Okay, continue. Basically taking real life events and saying what if they were in Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Our pack, Werewolf.
Yeah, this is now the actual credits. Interesting game. I do like the idea of having multiple endings. It'll be interesting to see what the other endings have in store. I don't think we're going to be playing them right now. I may play next week or the week afterwards. I may play this game and record it with Tammy. So like we're doing what we're doing now, but in reverse.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're gonna read it all just like out loud. Because for me, that's really hard on my throat.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I do want to read it out loud because it's easier for everyone to then know what's going on and they don't have to read it. But I'll read more of it, I think. I'll read some of it too.
Yeah.
I'll read like my choices, but you can read like everyone else's. Is kind of what I think we'll do. We'll see how that goes. But I think I'm going to try aiming to be a glasswalker.
Oh yeah. Go on the social media routes and stuff. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
More towards the concept of spending a lot more willpower.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire thing.
Rage all the way.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be hard because I will have to be spending a lot of willpower throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
Because there's so many times that you have to prevent yourself from raging. So I don't know how well that's gonna work. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah.
But I think that is something that if I was a werewolf, I think that's the people I'd be a part of. Glasswalkers. Yeah. Because again, me personally, I see that there's technology and nature could actually work together.
Yeah.
Like there's been a couple things that I've seen out there that's really cool that, you know, they're doing with technology, like making there's a bomb shelter. Can't remember where it's somewhere like in the East Asian region. I think it's South Korea, but I cannot be sure. But anyway, they're taking maybe it's China too. But anyway, they're taking bomb shelters that they used to have that they no longer are using, and they're actually converting it into a hydroponics.
Oh yeah.
And then what they're doing is taking the hydroponics and they're trying to see what different types of light do to the crops. Like, does it grow faster? Does it, you know, have better yield? Does it produce more this or that? So the idea would be then to use technology to grow more food.
That makes sense.
And I think that's like really cool because like you can start doing stuff like that where instead of having huge farmlands, you can have tall farmlands.
Yeah. No point in growing out when you can grow up.
Yeah. Which means that you can then use that land for something else. And then stuff like that. Like, and like I'm really into, like, I know some people aren't because it's, you know, they're not into that kind of stuff. But like the synthetic meats, I'm actually really interested in that because then we don't have to kill as much animals and don't have to raise as much animals.
Yeah.
We could use the synthetic meat and use more. I know that you personally have a problem with synthetic meats because usually they have to make it out of one of two things.
Yeah.
And the one thing you're allergic to, which is soy.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I understand, like, you know, you can't have it because it's, you know, if it's soy based, you'll just get, your stomach just can't digest it properly. And, you know, that's basically the idea behind it. But nonetheless, I think this was cool. It was different. Like I said, if we do this again, we won't do it anytime soon, but I do think that I want to have you read it again. I do. It's a lot easier to, like I said, I wish the game had options to. Can you go to options for a second? I'm going to be really upset if there's an option here. Option. Ambient sound, music volume, mute sound. What? Why is it off? Um.
I should have turned the music and ambient sound down.
Yeah. That's okay. I wonder what. Yeah, turn that on. Oh no, I guess that turns it off. Never mind. Turn it back on. Hey, turn it off. Yeah, because that will just make it so that it mutes the sound, like the gunfire and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's no talking. So yeah, you can go back now. Because I was gonna say it would.
If there was a talk option, like
Oh my god, that would be so hilarious.
I'd be so mad.
One last thing I'm gonna just bring up before we go. You can see my gamer score in the right hand, top hand corner. That would be because Tammy's over by my computer and forgot to turn that off.
Oopsies.
And I didn't realize that it was there until we started like resetting up everything to like, make sure that we can go. I'm like, we didn't turn that off, did you? She's like, do you want me to turn it off now? I'm like, no, we're already almost done. And she's like, okay. So sorry about that. I'll make sure it's off on mine. But yeah, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And Tammy, anything you want to say? Besides, talking was really painful. You enjoyed the game?
Yes, I did enjoy the game. My throat is sore, so yeah.
Okay. See you guys. Bye-bye.